Okay, so today I have this 5-minute garlic flatbread recipe. I got it from Spain on a Fork. That is a YouTube channel and it's also a recipe blog. So we're going to try out this recipe, and I also have my recipe binder here. So we're going to see if this recipe is worthy of going in my binder. If you saw my last video, I made homemade hummus and it was really good. But I didn't have flatbread in the house, so I wanted to find an easy way to make my own. And this recipe claims, if you can see right at the top, that you can make this in 5 minutes. Now, I'm sure I can't, but we're going to try it anyway. So, I have all my ingredients here, and let's just get started. So the first thing we have to do is add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And I know that you can also weigh your ingredients, but I figured it would be a lot faster and easier if I don't. So we are not going to do that today. I love flatbread with hummus. I eat it sometimes kind of as lunch if I'm really busy with work, and I can eat a lot of hummus in a day. So it's actually really cool that I found a way to make it myself, because it does get expensive, and I actually think the homemade hummus, when you do it right, is better than the store-bought. Okay, so we've got our flour, then we got to add baking powder. Always triple check that you're not using baking soda by accident if you're like me and you don't cook a lot. But we're changing that. I will link the recipe below. I don't think I have sea salt in the house, but I have this, so it's what we're going to use. And this is going to be a little awkward to measure. I am making such a mess. Maybe I should have worn a white shirt today. Uh-oh, that doesn't fit. We're gonna have to eyeball this a little bit. This is not the most user-friendly packaging, and this salt is coarse. Okay, well, hopefully that wasn't too much. Ooh, I got flour all over the recipe. We gotta mix this together. Then we add in olive oil. Now he says extra virgin, and I don't remember. We get this at Costco. I think it's just regular olive oil, but at least it's not vegetable oil. I'm really excited to see how this comes out, because I love flatbread, and the one that they sell at our supermarket is actually pretty expensive. If you want to get enough to eat with hummus, you kind of have to buy multiple packages, and it starts to add up fast. So I'm excited to find a way to make it for less money. We need water. The thing that really excites me about this recipe too is that you don't need to use yeast. So, I mean, I know it's flatbread, but a lot of like flatbreads and pita breads and things require yeast so that it's a little bit puffy. And yeast is so tricky because I tend to buy it and then forget I have it, and then I don't know if it's dead or not, and I know that like it has to be in the right temperature as far as how you store it, or you're gonna kill it all. So I'm not ready for yeast yet. I'm a beginner cook, and I need simple, easy recipes with simple, easy, cheap ingredients. Okay, that doesn't seem like much, but it says to start kneading the dough. So it says to, ooh, this is cold. It says mix together until you form a dough, then get in there with your hands and continue to mix and knead until it's all well combined and you end up with a compact dough. Shape it into a ball. Whoopsie, I gotta move over. I'm moving my parchment paper around and it's getting messy over here. Okay, so I've been like kneading this for a second, and somehow I feel like I have too much flour in the bowl, or like too many dry ingredients. I'm gonna just try to keep like combining it all, and hopefully the dough will like suck it up and it'll stick together. I think it's starting to work. All right, I'm gonna cheat a little bit and add a little bit more water. Okay, so with the extra water, that seemed to work pretty well. But now it is starting to all stick together and actually look like dough. So I think we're good. Okay, this parchment paper keeps sliding. One sec. Got some little bit of residual olive oil in the measuring spoon, so let's use that up. All right, he wants us to flour the work surface. All right, we are definitely past the 5-minute mark, so I don't know, Spain on a Fork, you might have to retitle your video. One of us is wrong. It's either me or you. I don't think it's me. It's probably me. Okay, so we're gonna get our dough onto the floured surface, and all right, he wants me to cut it in half. Okay, I'm not sure if I have a dough cutter, but I have this, and I think it'll work. So we will cut in half. roughly half. Shape each half into a ball. How on earth could anyone do this in 5 minutes? It took me 5 minutes just to gather the ingredients, but I guess some people are just a lot better in the kitchen than I am. Okay, so now we have to cut each ball of dough into 4 evenly sized pieces. Okay, so now we gotta start heating up the pan, and then while that's heating up, we will shape these into a flatbread shape. So let's do that. All right, this is the exciting part. So, oh, and he mentions that the flatbread should be about 1/8 of an inch thick. Let's see. I am not getting very big pieces here. Like, this is like the size of like my cheek. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. He did all the ingredients the way he said. All right, come on. This is definitely not 5 minutes anymore. In another second, I'm gonna turn off that pan because it's getting warm and I don't think I'm ready yet. The way that this is going right now reminds me of like when you buy pizza dough and you try to, or if you make pizza dough too. A lot of times, like if you follow a pizza dough recipe and you try to stretch it out, it just doesn't want to roll. And I've learned that the secret is you just use 2 pieces of dough, push them together, and then you can stretch it out. I'm going to like merge 2 of these together for each piece of flatbread. Maybe this was supposed to be smaller than I was thinking. That could be part of it. I saw that this recipe was on the tapas section of his blog, and I know that tapas are like appetizers, so they're small, like almost, I think, like finger foods. I did watch his video though. I thought I remembered his flatbreads being bigger than this, so I don't know. But we are merging them together and we're gonna have bigger pieces of flatbread because that's what I was looking for. This is starting to look a bit more like the flatbread that I'm used to eating. So instead of 8 pieces, we are getting 4. This technique of pushing, I guess you can't see what I'm doing, I'm pushing down with my fingertips. That seems to be working. I know the pizza people do that with their pizza dough. So that seems to be getting this to spread out nicely. We're getting an even thickness throughout the whole piece of flatbread. The shape is a little bit off, but I don't really even care about that. We gotta hurry up because that flame is still on. All right, so he did mention that before you stick them in the pan, he says to brush it with a kiss of extra virgin olive oil. And I just thought that sounded so nice. I should get my brush. Try not to use too much here, so let's just take it out of the measuring spoon. Do we know what we're doing? Not really, but it looks a little bit like I do. Okay, so we are just about ready to put these in the pan. I'm gonna throw them on a plate so it's easier for me, and then I will take you guys over to the stove. All right, piece number 1 in the pan. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit more than 1 at a time here, but we are supposed to brush with another kiss of olive oil, so let's do that. We're starting to blacken. Ooh, this is looking like flatbread. Hell yeah. This is gonna be good. This is actually probably a little too much of the sauce. That's gonna be greasy. Okay, so I think we're done cooking. The last flatbread kind of broke in half. I have some thoughts about what I'm gonna say about this recipe overall, but I think we should taste it first. So I'm gonna get Billy and we will both try this together with some hummus. Okay, hi. This is Billy. So, this is very hot on top. Go with this one.
Okay.
I think that was the best one.
It kind of looks like chicken.
It does look like chicken. I thought the same thing.
They're sticky.
Now, there's oil on it. This is from Spain on a Fork, so obviously I think it's a Spanish recipe, but it's still flatbread, so I thought it would go with hummus. Let me try with you. I like how we're taking like bird-sized bites. Mm-hmm. This is harder than I thought it would be. I wanted it to be soft. Mm-hmm.
It's good. The one you had me try is a little burnt, So I want to try one that's not.
That might be undercooked. There's no egg in it though, so it won't kill you. But I just didn't feel like they were cooking right. This is not the consistency I wanted. I wanted soft, pillowy flatbread. This is like a cracker.
It's good. It's nice to have a lot of this when you buy like flatbread or pita or whatever. You get like 3 pieces for like $5.
That's what I was saying. But that stuff is better than this.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that's the recipe's fault or mine. I'm going to go ahead and say it's my fault. I don't think I'll be making this recipe again until I try other flatbread recipes. I'm not blaming Spain on a fork. I know he had good intentions. But one of us went wrong somewhere.
I think it needs like olive oil. Or
There is olive oil!
maybe some salt. I mean, I would dip this into hummus and other things. I don't have a problem with that.
That was a good bite. I don't know.
It's not bad. It's just not...
great.
Well, honestly, it's better than some pita that we've bought.
Okay.
Which is like hard and chewy.
It has no flavor.
Right. But the hummus should have the flavor.
Well, what I was starting to say before, this is a Spanish tapa, which is what they call, I think, like appetizers. And this is the whole recipe. I think you're supposed to eat it by itself. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'd eat it. Your battery's going to die.
All right, well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
So when you just make a dough and then you put it in on the pan?
Wait till you see the video.
Okay.